So Trump is going to drop a truth bomb about super PACs and money in politics during this debate. And look at how Marco Rubio responds. This is very telling.
I will tell you, you better get rid of the super PACs because they're causing a big problem with this country, not only in dishonesty and what's going on, but also in a lot of bad decisions that are being made for the benefit of lobbyists and special interests.
Becky.
You know, Mr. Trump, if I may just say, just a minute, Mrs. Fiorina, let me follow up on this for just a moment. You had talked a little bit about Marco Rubio. I think you called him Mark Zuckerberg's personal senator because he was in favor of the H-1B.
I never said that. I never said that.
So this was an erroneous article the whole way around?
He's got another gentleman in Florida who happens to be a very nice guy, but not...
My apologies. I'm sorry.
Somebody's really doing some bad facts.
Since I've been mentioned, can I respond?
Yes, you may.
Okay. You know, the Democrats have the ultimate super PAC. It's called the mainstream media, who every single day, and I'll tell you why. Last week, Hillary Clinton went before a committee. She admitted she had sent emails to her family saying, hey, this attack in Benghazi was caused by al-Qaeda-like elements. She spent over a week telling the families of those victims and the American people that it was because of a video. And yet the mainstream media is going around saying it was the greatest week in Hillary Clinton's campaign. It was the week she got exposed as a liar. It was the week that she got exposed as a liar in Benghazi. But she has her super PAC helping her out, the American mainstream media.
Don't look at super PACs, don't care about super PACs, because Benghazi. He's become a self-parody. He's so clearly a puppet of the rich. Now, again, as we've discussed before, when Scott Walker dropped out and now that Jeb Bush is on the ropes, it's Marco Rubio who's the beneficiary of all that. So you have a lot of big money pouring into his campaign. You have Sheldon Adelson is backing Marco Rubio. That's his bitch. So when Trump says something that's actually true about money in politics, when he talks about super PACs and how the lobbyists control everything, what did Marco Rubio have to do? Oh, he had to pivot away. Don't look at that. Don't talk about that. That's actually right. We can't talk about corruption because my entire campaign is run on corruption. You think a guy like Marco Rubio can win on his ideas? You think he can win appealing to the American people and actually focusing on substance? No, he's an empty fucking suit. So he loves the system of big money controlling people like him because that's the only way he has a chance at victory. So when Trump says something like the super PACs are the problem, money in politics is the problem, he's like, no, deflect, Hillary Clinton, Benghazi, something, Al-Qaeda, whatever. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. And also, let me just be clear here for the record. We covered the story recently. It's actually not the case that Donald Trump is 100% self-financed. So it is true he is taking some big money. I don't doubt that it's not nearly as much as the other candidates, and I don't doubt that he's like less bought than the other guys, also simply because he's a little off his rocker, so he's hard to control. But that's just for clarity's sake, we should acknowledge that it's actually not the case that, you know, he's super independent and not taking big money. I would say Bernie Sanders is much more independent and not taking big money. But at least Donald Trump is saying the right thing there. And also, another side note, when the moderator's saying, hey, Mr. Trump, didn't you say this thing here about Marco Rubio? And Trump's like, no, you have some bad fact checkers. No, he did say that. In fact, they come back from one of the breaks, and they're like, oh, I found the source, Mr. Trump. It's from your website. He's like, oh, Anyway, and then he moves on to another topic. But still, on the core issue there, Trump is right to say the super PACs are the problem, the lobbyists are the problem, money in politics is the problem, and Marco Rubio is so substanceless that he has to go, oh, no, I love that, so let me just deflect and say, Hillary bad because Benghazi, mainstream media, her super PAC. Look at this nonsense about liberal media. Even conservatives acknowledged that the 897th Benghazi hearings where she had to testify, Hillary wiped the fucking floor with them. It's not a liberal bias to point it out, it's just true to point it out. And he keeps trying to resurrect this issue. You know, it actually is the case that it happened because of the video that was online that pissed off a lot of people. And I don't understand, like, what are you getting at? What do you think, Hillary Clinton wanted the people at Benghazi to die? Is that what you're saying, or are you just saying, oh my God, it was a failure of leadership for reasons X, Y, and Z? Whatever your claim is, it turns out that nobody's fucking buying it. and you're just doing a pathetic deflection attempt to get away from the most important issue, which Donald Trump, of all people, is bringing up, which is money in politics.